how was, Larry, the summit in Turkey, and what was the achievement for Donald Trump? What he wanted from this summit, and what was the main objective of the Trump administration in this summit in Turkey? How do you describe
I
that?
think I think it was an abject failure. What did they accomplish? Uh, Trump bitched about everybody not paying their fair share, and you didn't see a single state pony up and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. Here's the check. Let's write that out. Let's get our full share in there." That didn't happen. Um, they didn't agree on how much money should go to Ukraine. They they kept Zelensky at arm's length during the course of that summit. He got to he did not get to really attend the summit itself. He was kept out. So this is um, it they didn't commit to. Oh, they on paper they say, okay, yeah, we're going to build all these weapon systems um, for uh, Ukraine, and that oh yeah, Trump said Ukraine's going to get to build its own Patriot missiles just as soon as we get all the parts to you, which is going to be 2-3 years. Ukraine won't exist in 3 years, not in its current form anyway.
Yeah. I think one of the problems right now is how Donald Trump tries to balance the relationship he has with Israel with the one with Turkey, because Benjamin Netanyahu tries to put pressure on the Trump administration not to sell F-35s to Turkey. Do you think that he's
Mhm.
going to do it after all as an outcome of this summit?
Yeah, I think he will. He's going to try, but it's going to go through the Congress, and Congress can very easily vote it down. So, and that remember, that's the reason the Israelis have been wanting to get that new legislation, so that um, that Israel will never be subjected to this kind of political football again.
Yeah. Benjamin Netanyahu said that he's trying to make new alliances, and that's why he's trying to improve the relationship between Israel and India.
Mhm.
And what sort of, you know, assistance or sort of help can India provide, you know, for Israel? What do they want from India? I don't know, understand the military industrial complex. Are they going to shift to the military industrial complex of India? India is using the Russian sort of, weapons, and they're trying to buy from the United States. I don't know how much of in my understanding, their military is totally based on the Soviet era and Soviet and Russian based military weapons. I don't know how much do they produce to help Israel. What do they want from India, in your opinion?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it mystifies me. Um, Indians are Aryans. They're not Jewish. And Modi embarrassed himself when he went to Israel on February 24th, 25th, 26th. He was being the ultimate sycophant with respect to Bibi Netanyahu. Now, I don't know what the trade relationship is. I suspect that uh, Israel is considered an important trading partner with India, but not so much by what Israel's really too damn small to make a big difference in any Indian business. So it is uh, what uh, what what Modi needs to recover from is being seen as a tool of Israel, and that certainly is the message that came across during his visit in late February.
Uh, to me, the new relationship with India and with Greece, both of them is related to what's going on in the region. With Pakistan, they're trying to balance that with Pakistan because Pakistan doesn't have that much of relationship with Israel. So what
Mhm.
is the alternative for them to go against Pakistan? They're going to have a better relationship with India. And with Greece, is all about Turkey. That's why they're in Greece and trying to, to improve the relationship. Because after all, looking at the military power and of these countries, basically Greece is not that much important for Israel. And they know what's going on in Cyprus, the North Cyprus and the South Cyprus, and the conflict there between Turkey and Greece, and how Israel can, they're sending their people there. Somehow they're buying land there in Cyprus, in
Right.
Greece. Instead of resolving the problem, they're basically increasing the problem for Israel by
Yeah.
these sort of.
Israel's been making every wrong choice. They've become a pariah in the world. That's not good.
Yeah. Are they, in your understanding, are they going to get those two sections passed in the Congress, Section 224 and 662, which are important? By the way, you've mentioned the importance of that.
Yeah, no, I think they're likely to get it. They shouldn't, but the leadership is, again, so compromised by AIPAC. They're all going along with trying to pull a variety of legislative tricks to get it ultimately to the floor and passed in each house.
Donald Trump talked with Al Jolani in Istanbul. He said that he's prepared to help us. What sort of help does he want from Al Jolani?
But what he wants from Al Jolani is what Al Jolani said he's not going to give. He'd like them to militarily take on Hezbollah, and Jolani said no. So you got to go with that.
I don't know. How do you find this sort of idea? When he was talking about sending American troops to Lebanon, I thought that what is the main objective of that? Is he going to replace the Israeli troops with American ones, or is.
Again, he has not publicly defined it, and that's where he keeps getting in trouble. If you can go explain to the American people why you're doing what you're doing and why they need to make this sacrifice, more often than not, they'll say, "Oh, okay," and they won't protest it. I don't think they have that luxury this time. They've already burned bridges with the electorate on, no new wars. There absolutely have been, new wars and new entanglements in the Middle East.
Their knowledge of the region is so shallow, Larry. They basically know nothing. Donald Trump himself, he calls Iran the Islamic Republic of Japan. And just imagine how this guy doesn't know anything. I don't know if he knows what is in the MOU. He basically, and JD Vance is totally ignorant about the MOU. They don't understand Iran, they don't understand the region. And these people are deciding about basically each and every decision in the region.
Mm-hmm.
They're influencing a lot of people.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. It is the effect of this funeral. I can't emphasize it enough. Maybe I'm putting too much emphasis on it. But you get 45 million Shia Muslims, and the Shia also present in Iraq. They had at least 4 million people there today, yesterday, on Wednesday. So these are enormous numbers, and I think the influence of the Ayatollah now extends beyond the borders of Iran. And this moment in history for Iran has become a rallying point, a place of new beginning. They noticed the number of red flags that were in the crowd, literally millions of red flags, which is for the son of the prophet, that's seen as a call to revenge. That's what the Iranian people want.